Good morning, Hyde Park Academy. Today is truly an exceptional day in the halls of our historic institution. We are gathered here for two very powerful reasons. First, we are joining the global community to celebrate the 15th anniversary of International Jazz Day. A day designed by UNESCO to highlight how jazz music unites people in all corners of the globe. But more importantly, we are here to celebrate our own. Often, when we talk about history, we look at textbooks. But today, we look at our own foundation. We have here to pay tribute to a man who once walked these very same hallways, sat in these same classrooms, and dream the same dreams you dream today. I am speaking, of course, about a true icon of American music, Mr. Herbie Hancock. Mr. Hancock, I hope you're prepared. We've already had students ask for autographs and pictures, okay? So before he was a 14-time Grammy Award winner, before he was an Academy Award winner, and before he was a world-renowned UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador, he was a member of the Hyde Park Academy class of 1956. Mr. Hancock did not just play music, he revolutionized it. He took the training he received right here at 62nd and Stony Island and used it to change the sound of the world. He proves that greatness is not just about something you find somewhere else. It is something that starts right here at Hyde Park. Thank you. Today, you are going to experience live performances and hear words of celebration that honor that legacy. As you listen to the music and the speakers this morning, I want you to remember the seat you are sitting in was once occupied by a legend. Let this tribute remind you that your potential is limitless, your voice matters, and your blue and white spirit can take you from Stony Island to the world stage. Without further ado, let's begin our celebration of music, history, and the incredible legacy of Mr. Herbie Hancock. Enjoy the program.
It's great being back in Chicago. I mean, this is the city where I was born. Chicago was an epicenter for jazz. Particularly in the 30s. A lot of really great performers came from Chicago. Ebenezer Baptist Church. My first piano teacher was the organist for the church. My mother wanted her children to be interested in the arts. That was important. When I was 11, the Chicago Symphony had this contest. They asked me to play Mozart Concerto. And then I come walking out on stage and see this huge orchestra. They have family members sitting up there. I just knew I had to get through it. And then afterwards, I actually signed autographs for the first time. And I played on this stage many times. Never forget. I was here from 1952 to 1956.
You look just like your yearbook picture.
Yeah, sure.
No, you didn't.
The senior class used to have an event every year. Senior Varieties, that's what it was called. And that particular performance that actually really changed my life was a trio. They played jazz. They were improvising. I didn't know how to improvise. I had only been playing classical music. And the piano player was actually in my class. Don Goldberg was the guy's name, playing piano. I said, I don't know how to do that. I said, I gotta talk to Don, find out how do I learn how to improvise like that. That was it. That was the beginning. Ah, there they are. Hello. Hi, everybody. How you guys doing? Okay? Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, what was your thoughts when you wrote Watermelon Man?
Well, I was thinking about where I lived here in Chicago, which is now 45th and King Drive. The building that I was in would have been this corner building. This is the South Side. The entrance was probably like here. This was like a open space for kids to play. When I was young, the Watermelon Man would come by. It was actually a horse-drawn carriage with a cart that had, contained crates of watermelons. And he would sing this little song, Watermelon, watermelon. People would come out of their back porches and they would yell, hey, Watermelon Man, And so the melody is, da, 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 hey, Watermelon Man. That was the idea. The alleys in my neighborhood were cobblestone. This is the alley. The wagon wheels rolling across the cobblestones would make a sound. So I tried to capture that with that song. It was dinner time, the smell of food here, stuff was good. Home cooking, what's happening? Great meeting. Yeah, great meeting. Yeah. Thank you, thanks so much. It's been a long time since I've been in this neighborhood. It does bring back all those old memories and I feel it,
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president of the Herbie Hancock Institute of Jazz, Tom Carter.
Good morning. As you've heard, this is, well, it's a little loud there. This is the celebration of International Jazz Day this week here, and it's actually tomorrow. It's something that Herbie created as a means of bringing the world together through the uniting force of jazz. You just saw in the great video there a reflection of Herbie and his life, but also here of Hyde Park. There's a whole series of celebrations going on this week, and it's actually been going on all month here in Chicago. But this celebration this morning is the one that's possibly the most personal and the most special to Herbie, because it's his gift back to say thank you to Hyde Park, to say thank you to the Chicago school system, and to all those classmates and administrators and teachers he had those many years ago. It was here at Hyde Park, and you'll be hearing even more about this, that he had those formative years and was first exposed right here in this auditorium and discovered his own passion for jazz. And he'll share a little bit more. We came here with him about 6 weeks ago, and we asked Herbie, where were you? And he walked straight over to the exact seat where he was sitting that day in an auditorium, and an assembly very similar to today. And what it shows us is, and I hope this has an impact on each of your lives, that just one special moment in time can change your life and ultimately can change the world. And it did for Herbie Hancock. You'll hear a lot about Herbie and his music, but I have the great pleasure of working with the other side of Herbie Hancock, and that's the humanitarian. And it's all the time and effort he gives back to young students, to the communities all around the world, to let them know the importance of us all coming together. It's a strong passion of Herbie's. He travels all over the world and is really a spokesperson for UNESCO, for the UN, and on many occasions for the State Department. But he believes in cultural diplomacy, and that is that through cultural events, through music, that we can really make this world a better place. And so what you'll be experiencing this morning is a few words. Listen to them, because I know you hear a lot of speeches, but they're very, very important, because you'll learn more about Herbie, but also about the importance of school programs like this. But we want to say, on behalf of Herbie, thank you to Hyde Park. Thank you to all your students. The students here, this is his passion, and so we want you to really step back and enjoy it. And so now it's my honor to introduce the former Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona.
Good morning. How we doing? Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Dr. Edinburgh, for hosting and for your leadership. I want to say thank you to your entire team for supporting this amazing evening event today. Any seniors in the house? Any seniors? Where the seniors at? All right. How many days left? How many hours left? Congratulations. Congratulations to the senior class. You know, I had an opportunity a little while ago. I had an opportunity to talk to Ijoya, Christian, and Kamaya. Yeah. Who were sitting in the room, and I was like, you know, what do you listen to these days? And I heard, you know, Lil Durk. I heard about Mariah the Scientist. You see, I grew up listening to Biggie and to Jay-Z. And of course, I grew up listening to Herbie. It was actually the song Rocket that got me hooked. The reason why I bring that up, students, is because your artists' influences were influenced by Herbie Hancock. Your artists would say, Herbie is the GOAT. All right? He came from Hyde Park Academy, right where you came from. Then he went all over the world, from Dubai to France to Russia. As you heard earlier, he serves as an ambassador to the United States in other countries all over the world. He is one of the most recognized musicians in the world. Jessica, you get to call him Dad. To the rest of the world, he's Herbie. He's Herbie. It's my honor as former Secretary of Education to have partnered with Herbie and the Herbie Hancock Institute of Jazz to promote arts in our schools across the country. It's my honor to serve on the board. And I'll close with this. High school students, you are going to have a lot of experiences over these 4 years. I want you to remember this one. Years from now, decades from now, you're going to look back and you're going to tell the people that you know, I was able to see Herbie Hancock in person. And then the last thing I want to tell you, folks, is musicians thrive off applause. So please, when they come up and perform, give them your best. Let's show them how you're going to sound. It's an honor for us to spend our morning with you. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
Please welcome former UNESCO Director General Irina Bokova.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very privileged to be here both as a former Director General of UNESCO, someone that had the privilege also of appointing Herbie Hancock as Goodwill Ambassador of UNESCO, and now being a proud member of the Herbie Hancock Institute of Jazz. And I'm so happy to be here in your school, in his school, I would say in our school, for this wonderful Hyde Park Academy. I would say, just listening to you and looking at you, that it is not just celebrating, I would say, a life achievement, but we celebrate also your school, because Herbie's journey started here in your school. I would say a journey that went all over to influence music, culture, and values. And I think this is also very important. Now, we celebrate his anniversary, but we are celebrating also what is possible when you combine this talent, your passion, and your values. And of course, we speak about Herbie as a great musician. But I think, and rightfully so, I would say, but I think Herbie's importance is well beyond music, because Herbie is innovator. He never stayed in one place artistically. He moved from jazz to electronic music. We saw also starting with classical music and playing Mozart in this short movie. He was experimenting, he was pushing boundaries. And this is what human talent, imagination, and innovation can do. But what is very important, and I would say why we at UNESCO appointed him as a Goodwill Ambassador. And I'm very happy that here with us is Ambassador David Killian, who was the United States representative at UNESCO at that time. Thank you, David, for being here with us. Because this is how it all started. And David, you introduced me to Herbie. And when Herbie came, I saw it is not just a world-famed musician. It is not just an innovator. It is not a talent, but it is something more than that. Because Herbie knows how important of building bridges among different communities, about countries, among regions, is important in this world. And I believe also that Herbie, in some case, represents what UNESCO, the United Nations Organization for Education, Culture, and Science, stands for. And it stands for human dignity, for respect of each other, for intercultural dialogue, and that is why Herbie represents today UNESCO's values. And, of course, it is about jazz. Because jazz is not just a music. Of course, it is a music, but it has a message. And this message is once again about freedom, about respect, about listening also to the others. And I would say in the life of every person, there is a moment which impacts you. And I understood fully this message about jazz only when we went to New Orleans, Herbie. It was in New Orleans at the Congo Square when we launched the International Jazz Day here in the United States, and then it went to the General Assembly Hall of the United Nations. Everybody was asking me, jazz at the United Nations? What are you talking about? I said, jazz has a message. And at the Congo Square, we know that there it's a historic significance. There are difficult history also, I would say most difficult times. We saw that people gathered to express themselves through music, through art, through culture. And on that day, I believe, Herbie, our International Jazz Day became something more than simply a celebration of music. At that time, we connected with students all over the world, but I believe what we tried to do also was to connect students and education and culture and art. So I think, for me, it was also a lesson of life. And today, jazz is all over the world. More than 190 countries celebrate jazz. It's the best way of celebrating freedom, civil rights, dignity, cultural understanding, mutual trust, I think, which is so important. And this is what you Americans gave to the world. It was a gift that you gave to the world, and we at UNESCO took it and we spread it all over globally. So once again, I would come back also to what the principal just said. Here, we celebrate Herbie. I think he was one of you. But we also celebrate your potential. And you, each one of you, has a potential. And this potential to create something anew is in you. You just have to discover it, like Herbie discovered it. So my message is be brave. Don't rely only on what you see around. Be curious, be open-minded, embrace the change, because we know that today the world is changing every single day. But a very famous ancient Greek philosopher, Socrates, said once that change is the most permanent thing in life. Embrace change and develop your potential. Become a leader in your community, a leader in your school, and then you may also go global. So I believe your legacy of this school is not only in the past, but it is in the future. And I believe the future stands just in front of me with all of you. Happy International Jazz Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Herbie Hancock Institute of Jazz Performance at UCLA Ensemble, performing Herbie Hancock's One Finger Snap. Please welcome Grammy Award-winning and Tony Award-winning and United Nations Goodwill Ambassador for the Food and Agricultural Organization, vocalist Dee Dee Bridgewater.
Hello, all you young people. How are you doing? How are you enjoying this so far? You've got to be proud that you are attending the alma mater of Mr. Herbie Hancock. This is a beautiful thing. Well, my name is Dee Dee Bridgewater, as you heard, and I am a jazz singer and an educator and a mother, so you are like my children, all right? But I would love for you to meet these young musicians that you just heard perform, okay? So we have on piano, Wanzi Heroit. Oh, no, that's on guitar. I'm sorry. That's on guitar. See, mother's not right. So Wanzi Heroit is on guitar. We have Nicolas Jeline on trumpet. Nathan Gilbreth on trombone. Elise Ingbo on piano. Sorry, Elise. And we have Darynn Kim on bass. And then we have Milo Roketonanahari on drums. I hope I got it, Milo. I would also like to introduce you to a former Hancock Fellow who is going to join me and sing. I was one of her mentors, and I'm so proud of her accomplishments. Please welcome Darynn Dean on vocals. We're gonna do a song that was written by a pianist who was probably one of the first inspirations for Herbie, and that is a gentleman by the name of George Shearing. So we hope that you will enjoy this song that we're going to do. It's called Lullaby of Birdland. Never have you heard two turtle doves feel and coo when they love. That's the kind of magic music will make with our lips when we kiss.
And there's a weepy old willow. She really knows how to cry. Yeah, that's how I cry on my pillow. If you should tell me farewell and goodbye.
Lullaby of birdland, whisper low, kiss me sweet, then we'll go flying high in birdland, high in the sky up above. We're in love. Mwanzi, lullaby of birdland, that's what I always hear. When you sigh, never in my woodland could there be ways to reveal in a phrase how I feel.
Have you ever heard two turtle doves bill and coo when they love? That's the kind of magic music we make with our lips when we kiss.
And there's a weeping young willow. He really knows how to fly. That is how I fly on my pillow. If you should tell me farewell, goodbye.
Lullaby of birdland, whisper low, kiss me sweet. We'll go flying high in birdland, high in the sky, up above.
Oh, who's good and do by ya?
Because,
Because,
because
we're in love. Oh, because we're in Darynn Dean, once again. Onesie, Nick, Nate. No, I'm doing you wrong, baby. Why am I doing you wrong, Elise? It's my thing now as I get older. I'm announcing the wrong musicians. It happened last year, too. But at any rate, this is Elise on the piano. And that is Mwanzi on the guitar. And Yaron on the bass. And Milo on drums. Thank you all.
Please welcome renowned bass player and UNESCO Artist for Peace, Marcus Miller.
Good morning, everybody. Testing. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Man, I'm so proud to be here at Herbie Hancock's high school. I'm trying to walk around the halls and see if I can soak up some of that magic that he has, you know? But it's just so exciting. He's so influential to all of us. And one more time for the incredible musicians, okay? One more time, please. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to play two more Herbie Hancock compositions. And maybe we should augment the band a little bit. What do you think, fellas? Let's augment the band. We need a piano player. Give it up, y'all. Herbie Hancock. Herbie Hancock. There he is, Herbie Hancock.
Okay. Thank you so much. And thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank all of you. Yeah. Are you having a good time? Good, that's what's important. Educators, distinguished guests, dear friends, and most importantly, all you students. You know, it's a great feeling to be standing here today with you on this stage, in this auditorium. And it really means so much to me. And I'm deeply grateful to be back here at Hyde Park. This is my school, right? It was on this stage that I first discovered my passion for jazz. I was sitting right around here in the audience. A moment that opened my mind, like, pow, and set me on a path I could never have imagined. And when I was your age, I didn't know what my path was going to be. I just knew that I loved to play music. And the beautiful thing about music is it teaches us how to listen. It's about expressing yourself while also uplifting and respecting the voices around you. That begins right here at school. By the way, we say we play music. We don't say we work music. Remember that. Now, don't get me wrong. It takes hard work to get really good at something. But you only get great at what you truly enjoy doing, and greatness grows from passion, from curiosity, and from the courage to explore. You know what? One of the greatest resources you have for that is actually each other. In the video earlier, I talked about how I discovered jazz right in this room. And I mentioned my classmate, Don Goldberg. And Don, he was different from me. He knew something I didn't know how to do. He knew how to improvise on my instrument, the piano. And I remember the moment I first saw him play. And that's the thing about watching and learning from your peers, the people sitting next to you. Right? Look around. Hear things you may not hear yet. They feel things you might not understand yet. Learn from that. Listen to each other. Respect each other. Support each other. You are each other's possibilities. Because sometimes the spark that changes your life doesn't come from a textbook. It comes from a conversation, from a classmate, from a random moment that you share together. This school, it changed my life. And it can change yours too. So stay open, and most importantly, don't be afraid to experiment. Be curious, explore, and play. So let's just keep on playing some music.
For Herbie Hancock, everyone.
Herbie Hancock. Herbie Hancock. Herbie Hancock. Happy International Jazz Day. Thank you all.